Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy Monday. I hope you had a lovely weekend and you're staying comfortable. I know quite a few folks from all over have been dealing with some heat, so I hope you're keeping yourself in the shade, staying hydrated, all of that. Well, what better way to start our week than another lesson with our wonderful teacher, Jack Stock. And there's lots of things you guys could have chosen to do today, this Monday morning for most of us here. You chose it to start it with us. So thank you for being a part of the live lesson, especially just a quick reminder, we'll jump right in. Any tech trouble, any way I can assist you at all, you can click above me for the banner. It says click here for support, or look for the support widget in the bottom left corner of the screen. You can also reply to any of the emails that I send you from learnbridgeonline.com. But all things bridge, leave it below me in the live chat as you all do so well. Respond to Jack's questions. Ask Jack questions even when you think other folks might already know the answer to it. It's very likely there are people who share your interest in your question. So your activity really helps others learn as well. So jump on in. Let's see, I have the live stream going. Judith's here, Pauline's here, Angela's here, Alice is here, Sam, Tony, and Jack's mom, and of course, everyone who already said hi earlier in the chat. I think the last thing I need to do before calling Jack on up is start the recording. So I'm doing that right now. I see the wheel turning. And as soon as that's going, we'll get started. Anne's here. Thanks for being with us, Anne. All right, here we go. The recording is active. Welcome back, everyone in the class watching by replay. Sad you couldn't be with us live, but I hope you're enjoying this summer week. Many of you might be watching this already in July. I can't believe it. Already in July. Well, hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you have questions about today's lesson, go ahead and leave them on the class page for Jack. We can all keep learning together there. Just look for the button that says Bridge Question, and you click on that. Be sure to click that Enter or Return key on your keyboard after you type your question. I always get a few messages saying, I typed in the question, but I wasn't sure how to put it, to place it there. That Enter or Return key. That's also how to jump into the live chat after you say hi. Christine's here. She did exactly that. I think that means we are good to go. Let me find our teacher. I hope you'll join me in welcoming him up to the stage. You guys know how to do it. Here he is. Hey, Jack.
Morning, Bashir. Yes, the teacher is in the house, back in Harrogate, ready to go for, the first lesson of the week, Monday morning. Here we go.
All right. How the heat wave, has it broken over there? Or
yes, it has. Thankfully, Bashir. Yeah. No, yesterday was much cooler, down to about 22.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but it was like up to about 33, 34. It was getting too hot, to be honest with you. I'm quite relieved that it's a bit cooler now.
Okay, good. All right, well, good bridge weather. I'll turn it over to you, Jack, and I'll come back at the end of the lesson.
See you on the other side. Thanks, Bashir, for the introduction. And we are good to go, I think. Let's just get ready for some no-trump overcalls today. Let's dive straight in. Yes, 15 to 18. I mean, we tell beginners 15 to 19. Beginners / improvers, but really 15 to 18 to overcall one no trump. 19 or more, 19, 20, double first, then rebid no trumps. I don't know if we're doing that later, we might be. Balance hand, of course, and a stopper in the opener's suit is essential. And yeah, just to remind you of a stopper. I think most of you will know what a stopper is by now. Good. Okay, so there you go. That's the perfect overcall of one no trump. 16 points and a balanced hand. I mean, sometimes, just by the way, for more experienced users, I'm not sure I discussed this later, but, if you're sitting over 17, 18 points with a balanced hand and no stopper, you might even have to double here. So if you have that same hand with 3 little hearts, you would just have to double rather than pass. Okay, should I use Stamen after a one no trump or two no trump overcall? The answer very much is yes. Yeah, Stamen and transfer. So to use Stamen specifically, you need to have a minimum of 7 points and at least one 4-card major, of course. But yeah, 7 points, because if partner doesn't have a maximum, you need to bail out into 2 no trumps. And transfers as well. Yeah, statement and transfers both work, but just agree this with your partner. And after partner overcalls 1 no trump or 2 no trumps, you can transfer with a 5-card major and 0+ points. Yeah, like any transfer, you don't need to have any points at all, unlike Stayman. So, of course, 2 diamonds transfer to hearts, 2 hearts transfer to spades. And how do you respond to partner's overcall of 1 no trump? Well, 0 to 6 you would pass, or transfer into your 5-card major and then pass. 7 or 8 points, you can bid 2 no trumps to invite game, or you can use Stayman or transfers. 9+ points, I would advise bidding straight to 3 no trumps. Yeah, I mean, partner might only have 15, but that's 24 points. It's can often be enough, especially the hand should be easier to play because you know that all the points will be with the opener, and the strong hands points are sitting over the opener, so they're going to be worth more. So yeah, I would say 9 or more points, just go straight to 3 no trumps, or go via Stayman or a transfer. Right, well, with that in mind, let's go straight on to hand 1 on BBO. And surprisingly, well, yes, 1 heart over there. And what bid would you make with the north hand? 18 points. Well, I think it's fairly normal, isn't it, to bid 1 no trump here? Very normal. But what would East do? A bit more challenging for you. What have they got? 10 points. What bid would East make? £10 points. And a good morning to those watching in replay. Could be good afternoon or good evening. Very much part of our class, those watching in replay. And do, as I always say, ask any questions in the chat box. Well, I'm not surprised at your answers, actually, but I'm very glad I asked you. I'm going to give you a get out of jail free to most of the class, because do you think 1 no trump is going to make? That's the question I'd like to ask you collectively. Your partner assumed 12 points. You've got 10. Is 1 no trump going to make? And if you think a contract is not going to make, the answer is no. Yep. What do you do? There's your get out of jail free. If you think a contract isn't going to make, what do you do? I'll give you a clue. It's red and it's got the X on it. And very well done for those handful of players. I won't name their names because they might get a bit big-headed, but there were a handful of people who did double first time round. And this is a big mistake. Sorry, a big mistake, a common mistake, should we say, for improvers here. Yeah, that's a penalty double. So a few of you got that right. You know who you are. Those who didn't, you're in good company, and I'm not surprised. But yeah, this will be a really good tip for you. I would say 10+ points to double there, or good 9. But generally 10+ to double the 1 no trump overcall, because you've got the balance of the points. Okay, we're good. So that's a really good learning curve, that for many of you this morning. And what would South do, if anything, after the penalty double? Ni le point. Excuse my French accent. Well, remember the expression, no convention after intervention. Okay, so transfers and Stayman are off. So we bid a natural 2 spades. Good. 5 card suit, weak hand. Excellent. Nothing more for West to do. Their minimum. North's very happy to pass. And there's nothing more South East can do either. So that's the final contract. But North South have escaped here from the certain fate of one no trump double. And the lead is interesting. What lead would you make there? I think it's very close between 2 leads, opening leads from West. Which one would you choose? I don't think I'd lead a trump. I think it's very close between the Jack of Hearts and the 7 of Diamonds. I think experts would be split between the two. So neither is wrong, I would say. I think I slightly prefer the Jack of Hearts here. I don't particularly like Doubleton leads. They sometimes establish. And we don't really want to ruff with King X of Spades because presumably we're going to make the King of Spades, you know, if South has bid them. Gerald is asking, a good question from Gerald, by the way. He's saying, is there a problem with East's penalty double as it makes Ops retreat into a makeable part score? Well, good question, Gerald, but the answer is no, because South would have bid 2 hearts transfer anyway. They would have escaped anyway. But good question. But no, definitely 100% penalty double there. But no, there isn't a problem because South would have escaped into 2 hearts transfer anyway. All right, well, we might as well put the Queen on that. And what do you think Declaro does at trick 2? Can't get to hand, can they? It's quite problematic. What Declaro wants to try and do is get back to hand as South to draw trumps, but they can't do that. What do you think they do? Which card should they play as Declaro North? Sorry, dummy North, what should they do? Well, it's tricky, but I think rather than just playing the Ace of Spades and another, I think the only chance, I'm just waiting for answers to come in actually. Well, we would still like to finesse that spade. And I think the best chance, everyone, is to try and get a club ruff in hand. Yeah, that's right, Ita. So I think we should play a club. At trick 2, we're going to try and get a club ruff to get back, and they continue with their hearts. East showing a Doubleton, by the way. Remember, we played the 4 followed by the 2 from East. Another club there. No point. Do they want to rise with the King? I'm just thinking whether they want to play anything. No, they want Pawn to get in. So they play low. And they take their heart winner. Good defense there. So they've set up a heart winner, which is good. So that diamond lead, sorry, heart lead was slightly better than the diamond lead as it turned out, because we managed to take a heart. What does East discard, by the way? What's East's discard on that winning heart? Yes, I think the 10 of diamonds might be wasteful here. I think the 8 of diamonds does the trick, but definitely a high diamond. So partner dutifully switches to diamonds. Cashes the ace. Sees partner's high-low. 7 followed by the 5. Another diamond comes back. Try to ruff high, but we're over ruffed with the King. And now a heart is played back. Gosh, this is nasty, isn't it? Very good defense. Perhaps, Sam, you're right. Ace of Spades and another would have worked. quite well earlier on. We might have only been one down. What do we do now? Well, they're going to get a trump promotion, aren't they? What would I do in practice? Would I play low or would I play the queen? Yeah, I mean, what would I do in practice? I think I'd play the queen and hope that the jack came down next round. Yeah. But no, it doesn't. Just give up a trump now. We're going to be 2 down, look. Very hot defense there. And we make the last one. But better than 1-no trump double. Look on the bright side. I think at many tables, 2 spades would have only been 1 down or made without such good defense. Interesting hand, wasn't it? Very interesting, the bidding. And the big takeaway from that hand is the double of the 1-no trump overcall. So do remember to do that with 10 plus points. And remember that nearly all doubles of 1-no trump or 2-no trump would be for penalties. Good. Let's move on back to the classroom. Yes, West has opened 1 heart. I've overcalled 1-no trump. What next for you as South there, if anything? 2 points. Very exciting. Next week, we are having a BBO tournament. It's that time. Beginning of the month, every Monday, first Monday of every other month, shall I say, on Mondays, we're having a BBO live tournament. So I'm looking forward to that. This Wednesday at 9:30 with the improvers, they're having a review. Bidding slams with balanced hands, further finesses, ducking an ace, penalty double. Yeah. So come along on Wednesday if you'd like a valuable refresher there. Are we all bidding 2 hearts transfer here? I think we are. Should we have a look? There you go. Yeah, partner would announce it as well, by the way. I think you announce transfers when it's an overcall. I have to double check on that one. My friend Justine, who I'm playing bridge with this afternoon, is a tournament director. She'll know. But I imagine you announce them rather than alert them. Right, well done. Let's move on. Again, I've overcalled 1 diamond opening. I've overcalled 1-no trump. What would be your best bid here? Yes, lessons continue, as most of you know, throughout the summer months, July and August. There will be a couple of mystery locations, I think, coming up in July and August. Yeah, so it's a 2 diamond transfer here. Systems are on after the 1-no trump overcall. That's a caption of some systems. Looks like it's from a boat, doesn't it? Or maybe a submarine. More likely to be a boat because I can see natural light. Good. And your partner would, announce or alert it, whichever. What about this one? Again, 1 heart opener. I've overcalled 1-no trump. 10 points. And again, partner's open. Some of you are confused. Your partner's overcalled 1-no trump. Yeah, not East or anyone. 1 or 2 doubling there. But no, you wouldn't be allowed to double your partner's bid. But yeah, this is a good hand for Stayman. 7 or more points opposite of overcall of 1-no trump. And 4 spades here. Yep. Yes, clearly here, when they've opened one heart, Stayman will just be for spades. And a partner comes back 2 diamonds. We then jump to 3 no trump. Remember, we don't need the stopper because North has guaranteed the stopper. Let's move on to hand 2 on BBO. One I prepared earlier. I mustn't forget, actually, the 4th hand, we're going to use the LBO hand viewer so we can hide the cards. Right, 1 heart opening. I'm sure you're all going to overcall 1 no trump. And what next for North with their 8 points? And so we would be right to use Stayman with our 7+. I'm even going to alert it. East wouldn't bid 2 diamonds here. Some people overbid. It'd be very dangerous to bid 2 diamonds here when partners, got very few points. Yeah, would show a much better hand. So pass from East. Well, as it happens, East West have got a diamond fit. That's only as luck happens. South bids 2 spades. And North, what next for them? Actually, there is a mystery location this Wednesday. I'm traveling south this afternoon. So Wednesday's improver lesson will be at a mystery location. Three spades or 4 spades, is it, do you think? Jack's mum's asking us game a yes, a no, or maybe. Well, given that partner might only having 15, 16 points, 3 spades here is the right bid. Some overbidding to 4, but no, 3 spades is right here. And South has got 17 points. Do they raise the game? Of course they do. Yeah, it's a good 17. Yeah, I mean, any 17 should raise the game here, really. And we say that, partners 7 or 8, aren't they? But it's a good 17. I mean, playing duplicate. Sam's asking, is losing trick count situation here? Good question, Sam, but no, losing trick count wouldn't work over the 1 no trump overcall. But good question from Sam. Yeah, partner's got 7 or 8. So, and this is a good 17. Look at that. Ace, Jack, 10 of spades. Ace, King, Jack, 10 of clubs. Yeah, they're good cards. Honors that are sequential are very helpful. Like Jack, 10 of spades is very powerful. Jack, 10 of clubs is worth more than just 1 point. Just so you know. And the opening lead is what? Well, remember when you lead, it's low for like. And we should be leading partner suit. So the 2 of hearts here. Some of you leading a diamond. That's naughty. Not bridge prison offence, but remember, partner has opened 1 heart. Look, I can fill out the bidding here by clicking 4 spades south. 1 or 2 of you forgot partner bid. Well, hopefully your partner will forgive you that you didn't lead their suit. They don't always lead their suit, but yeah, there's no reason not to here. There has to be a really good reason not to lead partner's suit, i.e. a singleton or something. Right, well, just looking at the hand, I'm just remembering the bidding. That's something that I would like to do as I play the hand. So East opened a heart, as they've got all the points. And what should East do at trick 2, do you think? Tempting to switch to the Queen of Clubs, but it might be dangerous. I think we should cash the Jack of Hearts. No point covering. Yeah, cash the Jack of Hearts. Now we switch to the Queen of Clubs. And what would you do at trick, whatever it is now, trick 4? Well, the heart ruff can wait. There's no rush to ruff a heart. And also, it's probably going to go away on the club. So we can draw the trump. 7 of spades to the king. This would be quite a good one to hide the hands, actually. And from our own hand, declarer. Let's just bring up the bidding, because you can do that at any time playing BBO or Trickster. I think probably you can do it on Funbridge as well, I'm not sure. But yeah, we know that East open 1 heart. So they've almost certainly got the Queen of Spades. Now we can unblock our clubs. Like that. Another club. Ruff a heart in dummy. And the losing diamond can go away. Yeah. And we make the last one. So 11 tricks there for us. Well played. Well, well played one and all. It wasn't just me. It was a joint effort. Made it look easy, Sally. At the table, it wouldn't be so easy. No. When you can't see the cards and you've got real opponents glaring at you. Hopefully, well, hopefully not glaring at you if it's a friendly club. Smiling at you like this, yeah. Notice that 3 no trump wouldn't have been so good, no. Yeah, diamond lead, actually, funnily enough, works well for you on this hand, but only because partner's got the king. Diamond lead keeps it to 11 tricks. Ironically, because I wouldn't lead a diamond here, advocate a diamond lead, but just as the cards go, you can make, you keep it to 10 tricks on a diamond lead, because you'd win the king of diamonds. Well, hang on a second. No, tell a lie. Diamond lead, you rise with the ace. The losing diamond can go on the club. So, yeah, diamond lead is 11 tricks as well. But, yeah, 2 of hearts there is best. But yeah, on a diamond lead, you would have to rise with the ace, which I think you would do, given that people don't like to lead away from kings and the East open the bidding. So I think on a diamond lead, declare never play too quickly at trick 1, should rise with the ace of diamonds and draw trumps. Yeah. Okay, let us have a look. Let's go back to the classroom. Again, partners overcalled 1 no trump. We've got 10 points here. $15 to 18. So, yeah, I mean, even if I had 9 points here, I'd be bidding 3 no trumps. And again, no need to have a heart stopper, as partner has guaranteed one there. So we're just doing that on point count. Well done, fairly straightforward. Yeah, how do we bid with this hand? 10 points. So we start with 2 heart. Yeah, let's see how the bidding would go. So yes, 2 heart transfer. North will now bid 2 spades. What's our rebid now as South? Let's have 2 points here for this question. So yes, 2 hearts transfer, of course. Partner will bid 2 spades. What's our next bid after that? After North's come back with 2 spades. Could bid 3 clubs, Julie. I don't mind 3 clubs there, actually. Showing 5 and 4. In fact, I quite like 3 clubs there, but I think 3 no trump does the trick. But yeah, don't mind 3 clubs there. Game forcing, showing 5 spades and 4 clubs. So actually, I don't mind 3 clubs there as an alternative to 3 no trump. Yeah, shows your shape quite nicely. Maybe that partner wants to play in 5 clubs if they don't fancy 3 no trump. Unlikely. Here's another one for you. I've overcalled 1 no trump, 1 heart opener. What's our best bid here? Two no trump, well done. Everyone's bidding 2 no trumps, I think. 7 or 8. Invitation, good. Partner will pass with 15, 16 and raise with 17, 18. Overcalling 2 no trumps after 111 opener, where it's a rare bird and shows 20 to 22 points. Balanced hand, stopper in opener's suit. And I do sometimes ask you what that bird is. I will ask you again, but I'm not going to look for the answer because I don't know. But it is a rare bird, that's all I know. There you go, look, so that's type of hand a bid, 20 to 22. Some of you will play the unusual 2 no trumps. Yeah, it's not something I currently teach online, but if you're playing the unusual 2 no trumps and you've agreed it with your partner's convention, that shows 5-5 in the minors. Okay, but yeah, it's a more advanced convention called the unusual 2 no trump. Good, but yeah, if you're not playing that, it's a balanced hand 2020, which is quite rare. Okay, let's look at something slightly different. I've opened 2 spades, week 2. You're next to bidder South with 16 points. What's best there for you, do you think? Do we double or do we bid 2 no trump? Place your bets. Well, some of you doubling, most of you bidding 2 no trumps. And guess what? Most of the time, most of you are right, aren't you? So yeah, here 2 no trump is preferred. I don't like double actually because you'd be a nightmare partner with 3 hearts or 4 hearts, wouldn't it? You don't have the hearts covered with King X. No names mentioned for those who, you know who you are, who doubled there. Yeah, you don't have the hearts covered. You'd at least have at least 3 hearts. No, there were others who doubled there. You weren't the only one. You know who. But 2 no trump does the job. Yeah, really, you defend the same way against weak twos as you would if they opened at the 1 level. Let's play hand 3. Robin and Sue saying it's a no trump lesson, so that might have been a clue as well. Judith's got a question. If a bidding had been 1 spade past 2 spades, is 2 no trump still correct? That's a very good question from Judith. Such a good one that we might just go back to it a second. Hang on. So Judith's saying if it went 1 spade past 2, would I still bid 2 no trumps? Very interesting, isn't it? Yes, well done, Robert and Sue. The answer is no. I wouldn't bid 2 no trumps there. Very dangerous if the opponent's a bid 1 spade 2 spades. His partner won't have any points. So you'd need to be much stronger to bid 2 no trump there. Yeah, I'd be passing most of the time, even with a good hand, because partner can't have any points. We've only got a maximum, probably 22 between us. So yeah, it would be dangerous to bid 2 no trumps there. Good question from Robert and who was it from? No, from Judith. Yeah. Okay, we're back on with this. Hang on, hand 3. Let's just get it. Not that one. Here we go. So it's a 1 club opener. 1 no trump, of course. Over to North, 10 points. Hope you're getting lots of practice on BBO with your 8-board ACL-free tournament. And any newcomers over the last month or two, remember we have a WhatsApp group headed up by Shauna, whereby LBO students can find partners via the WhatsApp group, not via Shauna. But she's just in charge of it. So let me know if you need Shauna's email address. I can give it to you and put you in touch and play in the online community. I know many of you play yes, after 2 spades past 3 spades, Jack's mum saying you would have to bid 3 no trumps there because 3 spades could be based on nothing. So if it went 2 spades past 3 spades, you would have to chance 3 no trumps with your 16 count on that previous hand. So we're 2 diamonds transfer. I'll even alert it. There we go. 2 hearts complete the transfer. What next for North now? Amanda L's looking at the wrong hand. Never mind Amanda L. So they would now bid 3 no trump. Or 3 clubs. I don't mind 3 clubs here, you know, showing 5 and 4. South, anything more for South, do you think? Partner's got 5 hearts. So you've definitely got a fit in hearts, haven't you? But yeah, so nearly all of you bidding 4 hearts. But I think I'm going to get out of jail free. 1 or 2 of you have spotted it. Have you noticed the shape of South? Yes. The dreaded 4-3-3. Sounds like a football formation, doesn't it? 4-3-3. 4-4-3-2. Let's not talk about football right now. But it is fat as a pancake. And we've got good stoppers. Yeah, players do forget the 4-3-3. I think that's something you can concentrate as improvers and intermediates over the coming weeks and months is the dreaded 4-3-3. Downgrading sometimes, preferring to play in 3 no trumps, things like that. Yeah, I think quite a few of you are in that boat, which is sinking fast. So I would definitely pass here, especially with good stoppers in the other 3 suits as well. So that's another big takeaway. Look for 3 no trumps when you're 4-3-3, even though you've got a fit. And the opening lead is what? You'd have liked to have led a club, but you haven't got one. What lead would you make instead? From West. It's nice to have all your company on this Monday morning. It's a lot cooler today. She says it's only 16 degrees outside, but it feels warmer than that. Well, North bid, Robert and Sue asking why did North bid 3 no Trump? Just on point count, Robert and Sue, 9+ points, enough for game. There could have been 3 clubs as an alternative. And the high for 8-9 of spades, yeah. You don't need to go middle up down, particularly in no trumps. If I was leading in trump contracts, I'd lead the 8 and then play the 9 just to make it look as though I haven't got a doubleton. Right, well, counting certain tricks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not too bad. I'm ready to go. What card do we play from dummy now, trick 2? Yes, hopefully you can join us Wednesday. We're having a review, which is always good. Question and answer. Playing 4 interesting hands. And then, as I've said, a week today. Looking forward to the BBO tournament, where we will put things into practice. Yeah, anything could come up. It normally does. Yes, well done. 2 of clubs here I like. I do. Because we know, look, go back to the bidding. We know East opened 1 club. And from our own hand, well, given that West didn't lead a club, and the East opened 1 club, it's almost a certainty that we can go very deep undercover here by putting in the 9. These spades are useless. They're never going to be established. They can go. Right. That's a great start, isn't it? Well done. And there's no point playing the ace of clubs either. That would cost us because we need an entry to dummy. Now, I think the contract's pretty safe now, but let's go in search of some over tricks because we're playing duplicate. We're not, but we'll pretend we are. And most of you will play duplicate pairs. Which card do we play next, do you think? Considering we're trying to get some over tricks now. 9 tricks are pretty much in the bag. Yes, we can look for hearts. If the heart finesse is right, we could make an over trick here. So let's play the 2 of hearts. And which one from the dummy? Nice message from Jill in the week saying how she'd actually put into... Oh, perhaps Jill was from the improvers. Yeah, I think she was from the improvers on Wednesday saying how she bid and made 6 no trumps. Yes, putting in the 9, deep finesse, but on this occasion loses to the jack. They switch to the diamond. So now we're not going to have time. We might try the hearts. There's no harm in trying it. The ace and king might fall under each other. Amanda's got problems with the internet. We'll see you next week, Amanda. Yes, hopefully West wouldn't put up the king of hearts now. That would cause a red face. But now we win the diamond return. And we can go back to clubs, of course, to the ace. But we did try for the over trick. That was good play in duplicate, playing a heart to the 9. It didn't cost us anything. And we had the entries to get back. Marked finesse to the jack. I think that diamond can go now. And we just cash our winners out. At the end, king of spades. But the key play there, well, we'll look at it in a second. And we just give up. Sorry, there we go. Give up a couple at the end. But we have made our 9 tricks. There we go, 400. Good result. 4 hearts. Could have gone down. Yeah, if they get their club roughs in. 4 hearts can be defeated. They can score 2 club roughs. Yeah, and then the ace and the king of hearts. So 3 no trump actually doing better there. Right, let us go back to the classroom. And West is open 2 spades weak. North's overcalled 2 no trump. What next for us, if anything, do you think? 8 points. 15 to 18, that no trump overcall. Oh, quite fun. The next hand we're going to do on BBO is going to be the hidden hand one. Well, it's borderline decision here. Thank you, Dulcie. Have a good week. I think given the partner's 15 to 18, our hands are a bit forced here. And the king, queen of diamonds is useful. You know, a sequential honours there. So, yeah, we are going to bid 3 no trump. Tricky, though. I don't think it's clear cut. But the thing is, we'll miss game if partner's got 17, 18. Yeah, so we're just bidding. Fortune favours the brave. Some of you are a bit more cautious, I think. I don't think this is it wouldn't be a mistake particularly to pass, but I think 3 no trumps. Vulnerability, Sam Manners is asking if it makes a difference. No difference at all. No, when you're bidding game, vulnerability really doesn't matter. Some people think it does, but whether you bid game or not doesn't actually matter, whether you're vulnerable or not. Overcalling, yes, and things like that, but not when you bid the game. Okay, what about this one? 9 points this time. Yes, vulnerability, as Jack's mum has said, more for overcalling, bidding to the level of the fit. You would downgrade vulnerable normally. Well done. We're doing a bit of Stamen, are we? To find the heart fit. Good. Yeah, part of his 3 diamonds, we revert to 3 no trump. Good. So good to use the Stamen there. Overcalling a 3-level preemptive opener. Where someone opens a weak 3, you've got to be brave. So overcall 3 no trumps with 16 or more points and a stopper in the opener suit. Normally balanced, you might not always be. So I've opened 3 diamonds and you're sitting there with 16 points. What would you do with that, if anything? Yeah, 3 no trumps. We have to be brave. Partner on average will have 8 or 9 points, by the way, on average. So if they've got less than that, you're not going to do so well. If you've got more than that, you'll be fine. But yeah, 16 or more. Normally balanced, you might be slightly unbalanced. Let's go and play hand 4. And we're going to play it on the LBO hand viewer. So let me just stop sharing this one. So where are we? Stop sharing. And we're going to start sharing this one. With any luck. Is that the one I want? Hang on a second. That's the one I want. Let me just fiddle around. Hang on. Just bear with me a second. No, that's... Da. Okay, let's play this one here. Oh no, yes, let's play this one here. Right, hang on a second. I just want to make sure that we're sharing the right screen. Here we go. So, 3-heart opener. What are we going to do with this one? I think we're all there. Oh, we're not sharing. Hang on. Let's share. There we go. Just getting to grips with the new technology. Are we good though? I think we can see now. Hang on, let's go back. Okay. Good now. So 3-heart opener. I think we're bidding 3 no trumps there, are we? You all happy with that? What do you think? 3 no trumps or double? Yeah, not so good for double with only 3 spades. So, yeah, King X is enough. So we can bid 3 no trumps here. Pass, pass, pass. And that's the end of that. The opening lead. Let me just find the opening lead for you. Hang on a second. There we go. So 8 of hearts led. And we're ready to go. So remind ourselves of the bidding. East open 3 hearts. So what do we do at trick 2? Well, where do we win the heart, do you think? I think we should win with the ace. Oops, hang on. Oh, hello. Let's go back in time. Well, I'm not sure about that. Problem is, if the club finesse then loses, they come back a heart. Yeah, no, I think we need to be a bit more careful here. I think we should win with the king. And what card should we play next, do you think? The club finesse can actually wait. Good that we can hide the cards. Makes it a lot harder. Yeah, so now we play a diamond, but which one? Be specific. Just remember that East open 3 hearts. There's the bidding, look. Well, I can bring up the bidding too, if I click on that thing up there. So yes, let's play the king of diamonds, higher card and shorter holding. Loses to the ace. They come back a heart. Now what from dummy? Which card specifically do you think? It's a good challenge having these cards hidden. It's much harder. Yeah, so looking back at the bidding, we've had 2 rounds of hearts. So this is quite a subtle hand, actually. But yes, the jack or the 9 of clubs is preferred here, not the 2. Because then we might not be able to fair. So jack of clubs. So if it wins, you see, then we can keep the lead in dummy. So it is important to play the jack. I don't mind the 9. And obviously finesse loses to the king. But the beauty of taking this club finesse now is that they don't have a heart to return. So they're going to return something else. They return a diamond. To the knave. We can play another diamond. And which one from the dummy? Yes, it's what we call a marked finesse. We had a marked finesse last Wednesday with the improvers. A finesse that you know is 100% going to work. Yeah, marked finesse. That one. Cash the queen. Of diamonds. Now we're on with clubs. I'm just wondering if we should take the spade finesse. Would we take the spade finesse now? The diamonds have gone. I think they might have some diamond winners. No. Bye, Lizzie H. No, I don't think the spade finesse is going to work because East has already shown up with the queen, jack of hearts, and the king of the ace of diamonds. So no, I think we won't take the spade finesse. Oops. Ace of spades. I would just give up the queen to the king at the end. And there we go. So we have finished on a high, everyone. 10 tricks in the end. There are all 4 hands for you to see. What's interesting about that hand, though, is that it was vital to get rid of the ace of diamonds first. Look what would have happened if we'd have played the ace of hearts and then taken the club finesse. It would lose to the king. We'd only have 7 tricks. We'd have 4 club winners, 2 heart winners is 6, and the ace of spades 7. Then, you see, we try and knock out the ace of diamonds. East then cashes all their hearts. So the timing of this hand was essential. So it was wrong to play on clubs first because you lose to the king. So the thing is, you see, playing on diamonds first enables West to be exhausted of hearts. So when they won the king of clubs, they did not have a heart to return. That was the key thing. So it's all about entries, this one, and timing. It's actually quite a tough hand. I think quite a lot of players would have won with the ace of hearts and taken a losing club finesse, which would involve them being at least 1 down. But knock out the ace of diamonds first and then revert to the club finesse. Because if club finesse is working, we don't have a problem whatever happens. But if West has the king of clubs, we have got to be careful. It was quite clever, Matthew, that. I think that was quite difficult. Right, well, it's 10:29. Let's go back to the classroom. Oh, we've got a couple of addendums just before we're finished. Yes, thank you, B, for your company. Just before we're finished, though, oh, and there's, what's Omar Sharif doing there? Oh, he's more experienced player, I think. So with 19 or more points balance, double first, and then rebid no trumps at the lowest level. So 19 or plus. Yeah, so do just remember that one there. If you're 19 or more, you're too strong for 1 no trump. So double and then bid 1 no trump or 2 no trumps at the lowest level. Okay, so that shows a hand that was too strong to overcall 1 no trump. So just to finish off, Yeah, the overcall, of course, 15 to 18. We invite game of 7 or 8, and Stamen and transfers are on. So there we go. That is 10:30. It's the end of the show.
Thank you so much, Jack, and thank you everyone for being part of the class with your answers and your questions. Jack, well done. Fun, tricky, and helpful lesson as always.
Yeah, I think definitely the students have got the hang of the Stamen and transfers. That's a useful thing to have in mind. But obviously, yes, we played 1 or 2 trickier hands at the end. Certainly that 3 no trumps was all about the timing, knocking out the ace of diamonds before taking the losing club finesse. That was quite a tricky hand to end on, but it was good to hide the east-west hands as well. I think that made it harder too.
Well, folks, I think that's one of the featured hands, so that'll be there for you in the lesson library if you'd like to revisit it. And Jack, I think you mentioned Wednesday. You might be in a semi-mystery location.
I'm in a mystery location. I obviously can't tell you where it is because it's a mystery. But it is in England. I'm just going on a little 4-day trip down south. So yes, and what we're doing on Wednesday, Richard, we are doing a review for the improvers. So it's question and answer. They tend to be the harder bits of the lessons. So typically bidding slams with balanced hands. What have we got? Penalty double, finessing and ducking an ace. Yeah, so that should be fun on Wednesday at 9:30, Bashir.
Wonderful. We'd love to see all of you there, whoever's able. And if you can't join live, the recording for Wednesday's lesson with Jack will be there for you in the lesson library. And what about next Monday?
Well, it's always exciting to do the BBO live tournament.
Yeah,
because you never quite know what's going to happen, and anything could happen. We could get a 4-level opening, we could get a Roman key card. The robots may or may not be on form. They generally bid pretty well. I'm quite impressed by the robot bidding. The defense can be a bit dodgy, but I could always do with a helping hand every now and again from the robots.
So that'll be next week at the regular Monday morning slot.
Yes, and of course, very instructive for the students to actually, put it all into place in one go. The learning that we've been doing over the past weeks and months. And just a couple of takeaways from today, Bashir. Just the students, because most of them got this one wrong, which was good in a way, that when we overcall 1 no trump, 10 or more points, penalty double. Yeah. Rather than bidding a suit.
Between those two. Yeah. Oh, gosh, I make that mistake.
Yeah. So quite a few improvers do make that mistake. And also, just as Sam Manners was saying, students should look out for the 4-3-3.
We'll have to keep that in there. I have a guess that one or both of those will show up in one of the review sessions. So let's see if we can be ready for that when it's coming.
Just when an experienced player picks up a hand like myself, if it's 4-3-3, I'm already kind of on the alert. Red flag, warning. Don't use the stamen. Prefer to be in 3 no trumps even when you got a fit in the major. So just things like that.
Well, thank you, Jack. Thank you, everyone, for being with us. Jack's mom, of course, having you with us is the extra special treat that starts our weeks off with a smile. So thank you. Jack, thank you. We can't wait for next week.
I can't wait. It's always a nice way to start the week off, Bashir. And lots of thank yous scrolling down the right-hand side of my screen. So I do appreciate that. It's always nice to know that you've done a good thing. And Bashir, a great start to the week. Have a good week yourself. And we'll regroup on Monday.
Very good. See everyone soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, all.
Bye, Jack's mom.